The banking system must be allowed to provide the capital, which is the lifeblood of economic activity. And the greatest risk of all is that we stifle the economy by stifling the banking system. I see several specific dangers here. First, the danger of generalist or sweeping restrictions to tackle specific, very often localized problems. The banking crisis was triggered by some specific instruments. These must be dealt with. But other activities which are essential for businesses and private citizens are vitally important, above all, as the economy recovers. The complexity of the issues and of the financial instruments we seek to regulate is enormous. The risk of unintended consequences is very high. A properly informed, and I would like to add, dispassionate dialogue between private and public sector is the only way forward. A second danger, the loss of a global level playing field. Economic activity has never been as globalized as it is now. John F. Kennedy was right. We live in an age of interdependence. Banks must be allowed to serve the interests and aspirations of our clients right across the globe. Third, and the greatest danger of all, we undermine our global competitiveness. The people of the Atlantic Alliance enjoyed 6 decades of stability and prosperity. But today, the trend from a bipolar to a multipolar world is irreversible. It will not wait for us. Globalization presents challenges and opportunities. We can embrace it with confidence. But to do that, we must enable and liberate the dynamism of our economies. You can't do without a fully empowered financial system. Let me conclude. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I am still, unfortunately, only in my heart, the young European who got off a plane and fell in love with this multicultural, meritocratic, dynamic, great nation, who was inspired by an American president calling for cooperation across different nations for the good of all. We have been tested. We must reform. But as we reform, let us protect and serve the economic interests of our citizens and our credibility as leaders in an increasingly complex world. The founding principles of the Atlantic Alliance can still be our guide, now perhaps more than ever. Thank you.
This next award's exciting.
It's very exciting.
I've got to say, I've been a U2 fan since, well, God, since before you were born.
Yeah, funny. That's cute. That's sweet. It's not true, though.
Buying War when I was like 87. But anyway, we have a very special guest come up and introduce our very special honoree. Mika, who is it?
Well, I'll give you a few hints. He spent his life serving the country he loves. Please welcome Navy pilot, war hero, prisoner of war, congressman, 4-term senator, presidential candidate, champion of campaign finance reform, maverick Republican, enemy of pork barrel, aisle-crossing legislator, ladies and gentlemen, United States Senator John McCain.